Obviously, Bill Belichick last night, that was rough to watch. Are you questioning now how great Bill Belichick is after that?
Hell nah, Bill the GOAT. Shit. Bill.
Agreed.
Rich, is Bill the GOAT? Hey, all right.
Wow.
Rich, he know it.
Yeah, you know him personally.
But nah, look, Bill, not only do he got the most chips, that's what's gonna make you the GOAT. You got the most chips. But I feel like he an innovator, man. It's stuff that teams do on defense that Bill started, like putting your number one corner on the number two receiver and letting your number two receiver go on the number one corner and doubling him with the safety. If you want action, you better throw it to your number two guy against my best guy. Like Bill started that shit, you know what I'm saying? Shit like, I remember AFC chip, we playing the Ravens. We got a package in where I follow Anquan Bolden, no matter where he at, I line up at that spot. Bill call cover two, we gonna be playing cover two, but I match. I'm the only one in the defense who matching. So it's Flacco, boom, he gonna see zone. As soon as he sees zone, he wanna go to Bolden. He gonna see zone, go to Bolden, but leave matching him. It's like we gonna fuck him up. Now, we ain't really get to it. I got hurt like on the second drive, my hamstring. But just the game plan alone was fucking impeccable, bro. And just how Bill run this building, man, he hold everybody accountable.
Didn't Anquan have a game that you talking about?
I left and Anquan ended up having a game.
Wow.
But look, he just hold everybody accountable in this building. You show up late, you ain't ready to go for the day. He gonna send your ass home for the whole day, 30,000. I don't give a fuck who you is. You know what I'm saying? It's if we playing in Miami and it's gonna be 85 degrees, it's fucking 40 degrees in New England, put us in the indoor, blast the fucking heat on. Like, he just getting us ready for the game. Little shit. It's the little shit. If we play a night game, instead of every day coming in at 8 in the morning, shit, let's come in at 12, plan on be here till about 8, y'all, boy, just to get our body clock ready to play at that time of the night. It's just the little shit that he did to get the team ready, his chips and the shit that he created through the league, man. Wade Phillips was the only person even close to him as far as game planning for opposing team. So, second to none. Second to none. Right. Bill Belichick go crazy.
You know why I'm not worried about Bill Belichick? They got beat to sleep last night, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bill Belichick, first game as a New England Patriot coach, they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They went 5-11 that year. We're in a time where Bill Belichick got hired at the end of December. You have recruiting, you have transfer portal. The team Bill Belichick walked out there on that field is not Bill Belichick's team.
Hell no.
He hasn't had time to set the culture. Let me give you some revisionist history. Do you know who Bill Belichick drafted in his first draft? Tom Brady, Hall of Fame. You know who he drafted the next year in the draft? Richard Seymour, Hall of Fame. You know who he ended up drafting the next year? Deion Branch. You know who he brought in free agency? He brought in Rodney Harrison. The point I'm getting at is...
Drafted Sante.
The point I'm getting at is Bill Belichick had a chance to build his team. He had to set his culture. What happened last night? I don't know why people thought it was going to be... We're not in the times of colleges being football schools. That's dead. Let that go. Bill Belichick is Belichick. In college, you have to recruit. Now we're in the time of people getting paid. You have to pay these people. The donors have to give the money. Okay, what donor is not going to give money to Bill Belichick? He don't have to recruit.
Man, I'm Bill Jordan over there.
Wait, I'm getting there. What else do kids want? I got 2 college students and 11-year-olds. All they talk about is they swag, they gear, whatever. Who don't want to be wearing Jordan? Who don't want to be a part of something sponsored by Jordan? What really can happen is North Carolina, they can be Oregon East. Like Oregon has all these unis and all this, and everybody will go there.
They will be.
Let's go back to Arch and what you said he faced. He faced Matt Patricia, who coached under Belichick, which has the NFL mindset. There's no college coach going to outcoach Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be the best coach. I have sponsored by Jordan, and I'm going to get as much money as I need because I'm Bill Belichick. Last night he got beat to sleep. But I'm not worried about Bill being Bill in the college because they said the same thing about who? Nick Saban.
How many years do you think it's going to take before
you got to give him at least? You have to give Bill at least 2 years. He has to change the culture and get the players. But once they see, like, oh, shoot, we got all these, yeah, maybe we wear Jordan, we getting all this money, this and this.
It takes one guy.
You see, he already had Wayne at practice.
Guy, and then, whoop, the next one gonna come, the next one.
That's all it takes.
By next year,
I'm telling you,
they gonna cash out for one of these guys, one of these quarterbacks. That's gonna bring a couple receivers. North Carolina gonna be cooking.
Build 2027.
Shit, I like it next year. College, it don't
next
take
year,
long.
Yeah,
college, you could do it right now.
Teams in the college football playoff, I say they'll be in there next year.
Next year, they're gonna be there.
He gonna get transfer guys. He gonna get transfer guys and all 5 stars.
They started last night real bad, but watch, they gonna finish better. They gonna finish solid this year, 500, a little bit above 500.
And Bill stood up at the podium and said, man, that was on the coaches. I had him, man, listen, the ESPN being at your game at North Carolina with all that hoopla they had around, a lot of them kids ain't built for that. They weren't ready for it. So I'm sure Bill, like, we didn't have them ready for all of it. When you walk out and them lights is on, man, you play them primetime game, kid, you played a bunch. And that camera going across the field like this, you see the crew over there. Randy Moss was there. They looking like, your adrenaline going, then you get in the game. It's like, oh, yeah, I do still got to play football. And they got beat to sleep by a team that was already established.
Bill didn't beat you.
Let Bill handle his business. It does not have any bearings on his greatness.
All right, it's my turn. I realize how much you love this man because you played for this man. But I have always thought he was overrated because he was mostly a product of Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. I'm giving 75% of the credit to Tom Brady, who won all 6 of those Super Bowls with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter or overtime. And I give you, he has a great defensive mind, and he's a great defensive coordinator. I don't think he's a great head coach, and I can just give you the numbers. With Tom Brady as a head coach in the NFL, Bill Belichick went 249 and 75. He won 249 games and lost only 75. Without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick as a head coach in the National Football League went 83 and 104. He lost 104 games. He was 21 games below 500 as a head coach without Tom Brady. And most important and most significant, once Brady got pushed out the back door by Belichick and especially Robert Kraft, all of a sudden Bill has 4 seasons to prove that no, it was about him, not about Tom Brady. And in those 4 seasons, New England went 29 and 38. So he's 11 games under 500 for his last 4 years in New England, and they make it to one playoff game. It was at Buffalo, tough place to play, but it was 47-17 Buffalo, and Buffalo never punted in the game against the genius coordinator Belichick. And then I look back at the Super Bowls, and I look at the first Eli Super Bowl. Brady did what Brady always did in Super Bowls. He drives them down with 2 minutes left, and he hits Randy Moss for a touchdown, and it's 14-10 New England. 2 minutes left in the game. First Eli Super Bowl. Here comes Eli Manning going 75 yards, not for a field goal because they're down 4, for a touchdown. He hits Plaxico for a touchdown to win the game against the vaunted Bill Belichick defense. And then the one I never got over was against Philadelphia, and it's backup quarterback Nick Foles. Backup quarterback. The backup quarterback hangs 41 points on the vaunted Bill Belichick. 41 points? Are you kidding? 41 points? And that was without Malcolm Butler, who mysteriously, I've never heard the explanation for this, got benched. Well, why did he bench? The player on defense who played the most regular season snaps was Malcolm Butler, a guy you can appreciate, certainly, although he was undrafted out of whatever it was, West Alabama.
He was nice, though.
Yeah, he was nice. And yet he doesn't play a snap in the Super Bowl for mysterious reasons. And they give up 41. The vaunted Bill Belichick gave up 41. And I'm looking at this. Where would he have been without Brady against Seattle late in that game? I know Malcolm Butler made the play of the game, but Tom threw for 124 yards, 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter of that game against the Legion of Boom. I'm sorry, I can't justify it. And then I remember the great Don Shula referred to Bill Belichick as Belichick. This is Don Shula, a legend in the game, called him Belichick because of Spygate, because he's got some scoundrel in him. He just does. He just does. My friend Eric Mangini called him before they played each other. Eric had been an assistant, went to head coach of the Jets. Eric called him the Thursday before and said, don't videotape me. Don't videotape our signals. I know you do it to everybody, but don't do it to me. And Eric called his ass in. He called the league office and busted him, and that became the Spygate scandal.
But that's something that everybody do, though. Skip.
Okay, all right.
And just Bill.
Well, you
that's
said
fucking every team in the league who do that.
Quick question. Right. Okay. You said the first Eli Super Bowl. What's one of the greatest plays, probably top 10 plays in Super Bowl history?
It's a lucky helmet catch.
Okay.
It's like you stick the ball in your face mask.
So this is the best of the best. Does the other team not have to make plays too? Yeah. Eli had to first escape the defensive lineman. Because it was about to be a sack.
Yep.
He had to escape the defensive lineman, which they got to him. The play call was great. They got to him. But with play calling, the players still have to make the play.
Right.
So if they get that sack, we're not having this conversation. If he don't have that ball stuck to his head, we're not having this conversation.
If Asante doesn't jump too soon on the, do you remember the ball?
Hell yeah.
There's
drop a pick. Hey, you
one
drop
or
a pick,
two
you give him 6.
There's 1 or 2 plays that can make or break a game in the NFL. So those couple plays don't make, because you're saying that against those. But what about the other ones where they did win? Where he did make the call.
So the defense had nothing to do with the first 3 chips? Vrabel and Law, they had nothing to do with that shit?
The first one. I give you the first one. Because the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf.
Exactly. They shut their ass out.
Okay.
So the next best greatest show on turf was the fucking Rams I played with. What they have in the chip? What the fuck Sean McVay and them doing the chip?
Okay,
fucked up my second chip because we held Tom Brady to 13 points. We supposed to win that fucking game.
Okay, and then what did he do? What did Sean do?
Sean had 3 damn points.
Okay, but he
Bill.
shipped Jared Goff to Detroit because of that game.
But it wasn't Jared Goff's fault. It was Bill Belichick. Everything we tried to do, Bill shut that shit out. He had that defense ready for everything that the Rams tried to do.
But
that's why we left that bitch with 3 points.
Tell him what Sean McVay said right after the game. Sean McVay didn't say it was this, and this. He said, I got
out-coached.
Coached. You know what Bill Belichick did?
Everything we tried to do, they was ready for it.
But you know what Bill Belichick did? You say he's an innovator, right? Jared Goff got all of his stuff from Sean McVay. He's telling him, look at this. This is what you're going to look at, this and this. Info that y'all don't know is that in the helmet, you can communicate up to a certain point on the play clock. Bill Belichick didn't do anything until that mic cut off. Jared Goff gonna have to beat us. We not moving or changing nothing until that time limit. Now Jared Goff has to think for himself. That is coaching.
Okay, how do you explain 41 by the backup quarterback of the Eagles in a Super Bowl? And meanwhile, Brady is thrown for an all-time playoff record, 505 yards, and loses 41-33 because the great Bill Belichick gave up 41.
That's cooking. Sometimes it be like that.
It happened like that sometimes.
Yeah, it happens.
Just like Tom scored 13 points and won. You know what I'm saying? Bill, hey, I held him to 3 points, he scored 13. Man. You wasn't fucking cooking the daytime. Yep. I got you. So, I mean, it go hand in hand.
Like the Seattle play. You just talked about the Malcolm Butler play. They showed the video of them going over that play in practice.
He picked it 10 times that week.
That's what I'm saying.
They showed that
play in practice over and over. And the reason it worked so well in the game, because they showed right during that Friday's practice, before that game, they ran that play. And he picked it. Get in the game, pick. That's preparation from your coach.
That's
okay.
But isn't that what a great coach is?
Yes.
Like you have the talent, you maximize the talent, and you're successful with it.
Okay.
Right? That is actually what a great coach is. It's not like, they had all this great talent and you shit the bed. So, that is like this big argument on what makes a good coach, because I can only judge you off of your success and the teams you had. Right? And that's the only thing we can go off of, right? He has the Super Bowls. He has the pedigree. He had Tom Brady. That's it. You lost Tom Brady. You don't have nothing. Like, I mean,
Tom may not have been Tom without Bill.
Yeah, you never know.
Gotta
We
see
don't
how
know.
he run that building.
Sometimes
Everybody might not have held Tom accountable like Bill did. Shit, we had meetings where Bill start that shit off. You're throwing the same fucking interception every goddamn day. He owned Tom's ass.
In practice.
But he owned his ass.
Yeah.
That made Tom sit up in his seat. Fuck this nigga. I'm locking in. Like, fuck that. Somebody might be, it's okay, Tommy. It's okay. You're Tom. It's okay. Somebody might have stroked his fucking ego, and he might not have been Tom. So we don't know.
Who was the leader in that locker room when you stepped in?
Shit.
It's
Vincent Wilfork.
No,
to be
it's
honest.
12. It's 12. You know it and I know it.
In the
He
locker
was.
room, it was fucking Vince Wilfork. I was in there. You asked me,
I
I'm
know,
telling you.
I know.
So in the locker room, Vince Wilfork was the fucking leader of that locker room. Maybe on game day, Tom ain't even barely in the locker room. He like a coach. He in here, he do his shit, take a shower, boom, he in the coach's office. The locker room leader, the police and shit, was Vince Wilfork.
Let me tell you, just real quick, and I'll let you go. Let me impart on how you can have a great coach, and if you get the right player, everything is shift and change. There's a guy in Kansas City named Andy Reid. Andy Reid has always been a phenomenal coach. Andy Reid has always had great teams. Andy Reid has really never had a bad quarterback because he makes them look phenomenal. He makes them look really good, but they couldn't win the big one. But then there's a kid who walked through that door named Patrick Mahomes, and you take that same person and put him with Andy Reid, and now we have historic. Sometimes you can be a phenomenal coach, but you just need that guy.
Okay, but Andy went and got him. He didn't walk in the door. Andy went and said, I want that
Like
kid
Bill
at Texas.
did.
Bill drafted
Just like
Tom
Bill
Brady.
Bill
Tom.
did not know anything about Tom Brady. A scout found Tom Brady for him. It was an afterthought in the 6th round.
Bill
That wasn't
stamped
some
that shit.
genius move.
Right.
Stamp that shit.
You
yeah.
forget Bill like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
nah, we ain't, yeah.
Okay, so riddle me this. Bill gets pushed out the door by Kraft. He's out there on the market, and there are 8 NFL openings, and nobody hires Bill Belichick, the GOAT coach. Why was that?
Hey, you don't have the system for him.
It's
Might too
He-
much.
Man,
It might take-
Bill was
it
there.
might
Hey,
take
listen,
too much.
he been doing this. He was doing it for a long haul. That man.
Right.
Bill was
Price
just touching the
tag,
cake, those getting it in.
like
Bill,
anybody
we
just
see
really
what
hiring,
Bill.
you know what I'm saying? This
Yeah, we
the
see
game
what Bill was
changing.
doing.
Yeah.
We've been seeing what Bill was doing. Bill was not thinking about football. Bill was out there getting it in.
Yeah.
Hey,
bro.
look,
Get
it
Bill
in.
was walking out back doors with his shirt off, sneaking and looking. Man, Bill wasn't thinking
Hey,
about football.
and
Man.
then the game changing though.
We gonna get mine in for a
No,
second.
he got that.
It's an offensive young coach,
Yeah.
defensive young. It's just changing with times. It's a Sean McVay, a Raheem Morris. It's a LaFleur. It's they kind of league now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with the flow of the league. They the ones who winning, so I'm gonna go with the flow of the league. I ain't gonna hire no 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
If an owner thought the way you guys think about Bill Belichick, they would have jumped all over him. He's the GOAT coach.
If I was the owner, I wouldn't hire Bill last
He's
either.
old.
No?
I respect him as the GOAT. I was like, yeah, Bill, you the fucking GOAT. You can interview. Move your ass to the side,
You have
Bill.
to-
I'm gonna get one of
but
these
you
young.
have to have-
I'm gonna get somebody off Shanahan tree, cause they the fucking ones who winning all the games right now.
He's the GOAT.
But you
But
have,
yeah,
to have,
you
you
got
have
that
to have
That's
the
his
right
history,
type
though.
of guy
Right.
like John Spatek in with the Raiders. He went and got Pete Carroll because this is how I like to build my team. This is what I want to do. I need a coach who can handle the lights. Pete Carroll handled USC in the times of Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart when they was the show. Man, I got recruited to USC. I got off that plane. Reggie Bush and Matt Leinart had a billboard at LAX. This is Hollywood, and college players was on billboard. Pete Carroll handled that. Then he handled what they were in Seattle. You need a coach that can handle your situation. So to Keith's point, I'm going to get whoever can handle this. So they went and got Pete Carroll because he can handle Vegas. He can handle the situation. He builds a formula to do what I need here. Belichick probably didn't fit these people's stuff. They're like, man, nah.
Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. Over the last 4 years at New England, slowly but surely, Bill Belichick got exposed. Last night, he got further exposed. That team was not prepared. I get it. They have 70 new players through the portal. I got you. And he's got to install his culture, and it hasn't happened yet. They didn't tackle. They didn't hit. They didn't look ready to play football the way TCU was ready to play football, and that's on the new head coach. And you can't tell me that those board of regents who are paying him $10 million a year didn't sit back last night and say, my God, what are we paying for here? Because that was embarrassing.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was very ugly.
Okay, well, there's still a lot of chat there's a lot of chatter in YouTube.